do that.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hey! Hey! Welcome to Buttland! It's laying down we're up, saying hello to Tank and check out the butt. Head over to Broken Track to clarify.
All right, where are we at here? Come on. It's going great. There we are. Hey, look, there I am up in the corner. Stream is loading. Where's my chat? It's been a while. So apologies to everyone that this is going so not smoothly. It's been a very long month since we last been on. We just got done with Brick World Chicago 2025. Hey, look, there's Annabelle on January 1st, 2025, which is where we're at. So we're going to just wander around Buttland today, apparently alone because I don't have an interview guest. I do believe Ben must have fallen asleep. I have 2 people watching. I have 3 likes. That's great. I appreciate that a lot. I lost track of time getting this started tonight as well because I was rewatching the keynote speech from Brick World Chicago. For those of you who don't know, I run a Lego fan convention, and our biggest show of the year is Brick World Chicago, which just ended last week. Let's hear what Isabel has to say. Happy New Year to all of you. I can't wait to see what this year brings. Right now in Buttland, it's 9:30 a.m. on Wednesday, January 1st. Hey, look who's here. It's Z Cerberus, Mr. Ben Hauger himself, the newest Brick World master. Guest is in the green room. Well, let's add him to the left. Hey, look at that. It just ruined everything. How you doing tonight, Ben?
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you
Awesome.
hear me? All right, let's fix
Gotta
this.
switch something here.
Yeah, let's do you as a plus. No, not like that. Do you as a plus. Here we go. Do you as a plus. There we go. Do me as a plus. Hey, now we're here, and we're on the correct sides. Oh, Sahara's visiting today. Isn't that exciting? So Ben,
That is exciting.
I was just telling the people, all 3 that are watching, that we.
His spouse just says he will be there. You were looking for me. I was here.
Yeah. Yep. So where are they? Oh, here they are. Look, it was buried. There's quite a few people here, actually. Rob Claxton is here tonight. There we go. Hey, Eve. Your name must be Eve. Oh, wait, no, he meant everyone. Nate Dog Hobbies is here. V Mac Attack is here. His first trip to Buttland, it certainly is. Z Spouse. He should / will be there.
I am.
All right, fair enough. All right, let's see what's going on in Buttland.
And I will say Nate Dog Hobbies is one of the Near clan.
Oh, Nathan is here. Nathan
That is who that is.
in the house.
Yes.
Awesome. Gotta love that.
Something I learned at Brick World is Nate Dog Hobbies is Alex's brother.
Yes. And you know what?
Very exciting.
He's as much of a smartass as Alex is.
That's hard to believe.
Right? Like, I think you and he would get along because you both seem to be constantly trolling.
Oh, that's good. I talked to him very briefly, or should I say Alex talked to me in front of him a couple times.
Yeah, that's the same as talking to someone.
Pretty close to.
Yeah, no, good job.
So I met him. I learned he was Nate Dog Hobbies. But yeah, it was an interesting Brick World. We'll just say that. So
Roscoe, you say mean things. I have not fixed that yet. So
let's see. VMAX says that he honked and waved Monday as I left, but I ignored him.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, I must not have seen him. Where were you, VMAC? What were you driving? Where was I? I apparently missed that.
Crossing street.
Was I attempting to get the address for Bricks and Minifigs?
Oh, which one did you go
Schaumburg?
to? Oh, there you go.
So I just went to Schaumburg to check it out, and guess who I ran into while I was there?
Bradley, the owner.
No, Superhawk.
Oh, nice.
And Paige Pritchard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was
Fun.
like a little mini Brick World reunion right outside the
Yeah.
convention.
Nice. So as I was saying before you got here, um, this Lego convention that I run, Ben won the highest honor of
Oh
Brickworld
yeah,
or Brickworld Masters, and that's where VMAC Attack started with before he shamed you for ignoring him.
yes,
Well deserved, Ben.
yes. Thank you, VMAC. Because
Yeah,
I ignored that part because I'm still getting used to it
yeah.
being a real thing. But yeah, I got a decent number of awards and good trophies this year.
I
But
sure did.
it's always, more about hanging out with your friends and doing cool
100%.
stuff.
Yeah. Wait,
My
wait.
daughter um, did one of the games in the comedy show, so that was really fun.
She was funny too.
She did Doctor Know It All, where somebody asks a question and each person answers in a line of improvists answer one word at a time. So she was, I don't know, kind of the middle of Doctor Know It All and gave a
Yeah.
couple of funny lines, funny one-liners, one-worders.
With the
As
7 foot tall man.
Yeah, with very very tall guy right next to her.
That's my favorite when he's like, come on, kid, stand shoulder to shoulder. And then it was like, oh, wait.
And her head's like up to his belly button. Yeah,
um, what are we wearing today, Ben?
good question. Well, let's see here.
What do we
It's been a
celebrate?
while since we've been at
Ben.
Buttland.
It has been.
So I feel like we need something exciting. Oh, we got a KK shirt. That's kind of fun. Um, Not bad. I mean, it is a little rainbowy. It is Pride Month, so might
It
as
is.
well, right? Yeah.
We have other rainbowy stuff. Let's see the most rainbowy thing we can find. Hold on.
All right.
Isn't there a VMAC Tech says I should have gotten a Razzie for my brick film, but I'm still glad I did it. Were you in the film festival? So I dressed up in a suit and tried to go.
I,
Um,
I okay. I recall that he said that his film got rejected for content.
same. Well, no, I think it was because
So,
they said that he couldn't use the song. If he had done it the way he wanted to, it would have been rejected for content. Is
oh
what I
yes,
believe
okay,
I remember.
that is more accurate. So perhaps
They did.
VMAC, you cut the song and were able to get it in. I've seen some of the other animations you've done. There was one in
There.
front of a little short that you sent Mark. That was really fun. So
Yes.
I
That's
know
the
you
Brickworld
can do it, but we
intro.
didn't get to see it. So
No, we did not. Well, I would have stayed, but like the room was packed. I was standing in the door, and then people started coming in, and there was no more room for them, so they had to like block other people. So I'm not necessarily finding rainbows, but I can be gay.
yeah, all right. But I kind of like the KK shirt though. Like,
Oh, did you? Okay,
yeah, just kind of wanted to celebrate some KK action.
of course.
Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow.
I just happened to right before I came down.
Meow.
I started unloading some of my bins, and one of the bins I was unloading had my bag of tokens.
Yes, I
So
need to go get mine because it's in
yeah,
storage, but I'm excited to see what it is.
yeah. So I was checking out a number of these of tokens, and there was one in particular that we'll save for Sunday, but it is live stream related.
Oh,
Uh, that
interesting.
that's really cool. That will show. A couple other live stream people uh, gave some tokens as well, but this one in particular matches exactly what we said we would want our token to be. It is basically the perfect think outside the box token. So we
I
can share that on Sunday.
All right, so I've got the pink mohawk. I've got the gay lime shorts. I can do better on the shorts, maybe.
I like the mohawk though. That looks straight fire.
Spot on for Pride.
What about the kilt or the skirt up there?
Okay.
There's some rainbowy looking ones there.
This one?
All right, yeah, sure.
Like.
Oh, the one next to it probably matches both the one to the other side. Probably matches the shirt and the hair better.
Ooh, yes.
Look at that.
Killing it.
I like it.
Let's see.
I also learned recently that socks and sandals is in.
Okay,
I
let's
had
do
no
that then.
idea.
Nate Doug Hyvee says, I noticed there were a lot more tokens being passed out this year versus previous years. So I apologies. I disagree because last year they were like flooded. And that was the first year they were really big. And they were all over everything. I feel like this year was a little bit more tame. I could be wrong. So do you want
I don't
these?
know.
Do you want
I
these?
got quite a few.
These patch socks, or do you want some like nice straight pink socks?
No, let's go with the patch socks, but we got to put sandals on.
Murphy L asks, "Is this Animal Crossing?" No, this is Brickworld Crossing. This is Buttland.
So that would be a yes.
Oh
plus.
yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. Yes, yes,
Yes, plus.
Murphy. It is, and you are a rhino, and that is that's my boyfriend on this island, Tank.
Yes, yes.
So
and with a name like Murphy L, is this the Murphy L that I know?
Is it?
Well, I would think that it might be. This might be Derby Brick's son.
Really?
Might be.
CD. So his last name starts with a D.
No, because Derby Brick's last name starts with an L.
Are we talking about the sponsor? Or are we talking about like a screen name?
Nope, I'm talking about the screen name.
This blah. Okay.
The screen name.
So are we doing?
Did you see that Ostif gave us a hello as well?
No, I did not.
He
I
gave
missed
you a
it entirely. Look at this. Pookie, you're the Pookie. VMAX says, I did Nola film instead. It's my most popular on the tube, but not as refined as a Brickworld worthy film. He says, yeah. That's him. That's him. That's the guy.
All right, Murphy. All right, Murphy. Yeah, this is not where you would normally catch the true Brickworld fair heavy Lego stuff, but Mark and I still talk some Lego as we hang out, because why wouldn't you?
So son of what
Mark
age?
does some designing of his island here.
So son of what age? Can I say heck yeah, or can I like do my own self? And
I suspect that Murphy, and Derby Bricks is not
Derby
also
Bricks
here.
is here too.
I believe Murphy is a senior in high school or thereabouts. So
all right. So
that's fine. I think.
If I said fuck yeah, they'd leave.
No, I don't think so. I think he'd be all right.
Good.
I think he'd manage.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so here's Mark.
Nice.
Think he's ready for Pride?
I think he's ready.
I've been to Pride several times. I've not worn this.
Yeah, I bet you probably go dog park uniform-esque.
You're correct, which I'm wearing tonight. This
Yeah.
is pretty much what I would wear to Pride if I was going to go this week.
Yeah. Max says, I doubled my token count from last year. I don't know. Seemed more to me as well. I think maybe people switched from stickers and stuff to small builds and tiles. I got a pile of stickers as well, but yeah, I got a lot of cool small builds too. So
so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you know why Pride is the last Sunday in June? Oh no, we lost him. He doesn't like the F word apparently.
Either that or he wants to come for, I think, Outside the Blocks, which will be Sunday at 7, of course. Yeah, it's late, Murphy. What are you doing up at 11? What am I doing up at 11? That's a better question.
Now my hair pull. Hey, here he is, Tank.
Hey.
Oh, whoops. That one's still the same. Haven't changed that one yet.
So you were asking, why is Pride the last Sunday in June?
Yeah, do you know why?
I do not.
Look it up and tell us the story, because it's significant.
Oh. Okay.
Look at all those money trees. Jeez, what's going on here?
Some Harvey Milk story or something? I don't know.
It's not the Harvey Milk. It's the what were they called? The I would say the Rockwell riots, but that's not what they're called. And so I'm losing my gay card tonight. It's being revoked. It's the Stonewall riots.
Okay. Let's see here.
It's the arrests, the raids on the
Stonewall Inn, a known gay bar.
He did not.
June 27th, 1969.
Yeah. So he says, Derby Bricks confirms that Tank is Murphy. Which we can't. I don't feel right about associating Tank with a senior in high school. That feels gross.
Yeah.
So Tank is no longer my boyfriend. He's just a friend.
Well.
Yeah. Like keep it arm's length. Really, no.
I mean, I I think you're associating any rhino with tank,
Yeah.
which maybe
So
isn't fair. No, you
it's
know.
just the insinuation. It feels wrong now.
Yeah, I
Um,
get you.
now rhinos are no longer attractive to me. Hey, wait,
Yep.
that's not the options I should be getting. I should. Oh no, $10,000. And bury that.
So, Mark, we were off for like a whole month
Yeah, more than a
uh,
month, like a month and a week.
for Brick World Crossing. We still did think outside the blocks,
Yeah, I got you.
but hopefully you're feeling a lot more relaxed now that Brick World is wrapped for the year.
Are you kidding me? I feel so relaxed because it was an incredibly successful show and an incredibly emotional show in all the levels of emotion, positive, negative, but mostly positive, I would say. Um, uh, Emotional highs, I would say is the way I would put it, because we had this. Do you say anything weird? No. we're just rolling the dice every time we know we can't talk to Roscoe because he says something awful. Sorry, buddy. I would love to talk to you. When he's singing, oh, Goose doesn't say anything weird. Yeah, what's up? Oh, are you? Damn it! I hate this. They added this in the update. Now we got to go
Yeah.
tour my house, I guess, with Goose. Bill's our
Calls you
friend.
Vitamin M.
Yeah, that's that's just a nickname for me.
Yeah.
Which altogether is. So I'm in the middle of redesigning my own home to retheme for the castle theme. He also calls me Booger Butt.
Yeah,
Hey, look, I got some Nick Miles for that. That's great.
that's exciting.
So today I need to hit rocks. I need to. Oh, we need to do group stretching. We haven't done that on the stream yet. I have to
That
chop
sounds
down
fun.
trees, which is fine
Okay.
because I just knocked down. I just shook money out of 2 trees. I had to chop wood, which I can do that before I only did 3. How did I not do 6? Because I thought I got. Well, maybe I stopped paying attention. Talk to my neighbors. I did it. Look at me.
Oh.
Getting miles.
So, though there's
Nope.
6 people here, we might as well.
7. I see 7.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Might
good.
as well get some discussion in the chat, Brickworld related.
Yeah, let's
We're gonna do
that.
some more of this Sunday, but I know one of the things you want to talk about is one of the things you struggle with a bit is coming up with the next year's theme.
Yes. Let's please talk about that.
Yeah, so next year's theme is all about heights.
Such great heights.
Such Great Heights is the official name. And this year was Braving the Elements. But we'd really like to hear what other people think about themes. What kind of themes you would like to see? What kind of ideas do you have?
Between now and January, Nathan's brother and I need to start coming up with the theme and artwork. Well, we need to come up with the artwork for 2025. We need to come up with a theme and exclusive set and a number of advertising elements for 2027, because we placed the order with Lego for being an A&E, which is called an AFOL networking event. So Ben, real quick, while we're in my house, because we got stuck here, here's my new living room. I'm in the middle of retheming this to be castle themed. This is going to be a castle courtyard in my house. And if you don't remember, the rest of the house I haven't touched since we started retheming. So this is my back garden, which now that I'm moving now that the living room is going to be a courtyard, I can do something different with this. I threw in as much foliage as I could, a fountain. This is very much how I build in Lego. So we have that there. VMacatex says Ben is now required by law as Brickworld Master to build a pirate lighthouse starship dry cleaner. Well, we've got a couple collabs.
Pretty close to the right words, but not quite there.
Yeah, not quite. So Ben, I spent most of my day trying to get ready for the Eurobricks collab and we can't say anything about it because it has to be a surprise. Right. But I clicked each transparent color to see how many elements are available in each of those. I started ordering some blacklight reactive colors, and you know what I spent? Good. I spent $300 on roughly 600 elements. Wow. Dear Lord, the blacklight reactive ones aren't really in production right now.
Yeah, I mean they have some really beautiful colors that look great under the black light. The trans neon orange is a big one.
Transmedium blue is my favorite.
They also have trans neon green that looks really cool
Transmedium
under black light.
green is really good with the transmedium blue. But so you're talking about the theme. And if people have suggestions for it, Derby Brick says the time lapse of the Brick World Hall was so cool. Ben, did you see it?
I didn't.
It's on our YouTube channel.
Right.
So we actually slowed it down and saw ourselves driving off my mini golf course at the Tips and Bricks collab. I know. I caught several things. Ben, I caught our Friday night conversation. Yeah. I started cleaning this area up. I started putting in. So I started turning this into an area where I can give my villagers gifts. And so I only have 5 here, and there's 10 villagers. So I need to do some more work here. But I like this little nebula spot.
Oh, very, very, very pretty. Yes.
I love the basement now, but it's going to become a gift area for giving my villagers gifts because it's one of my favorite things to do in the game. But they all have clothes that I want them to have, so I think I'm just going to keep regifting those clothes to keep them looking the way I want them to look in my new castle theme. And then my pagoda house bedroom is going to have to be changed to a castle bedroom. So this will take a lot of work at some point. Maybe we'll do that 2 weeks from now because next week we'll be on Brokey. Then we'll go back to Buttland. I love Purple Beard Man. I love Purple Beard Man. So anyway, back to the theme.
Yeah.
I think it's important that when we have a theme, it's something that everybody can connect to spiritually and build-wise and try to... Because you had a theme mock this year. Did you win the theme award? Because I don't know who did.
No.
None of the closing ceremonies. You won a lot. Hey, look, Get Cooped is even here.
That's true. I got a few things, but I guess, my build was more tongue-in-cheek related to the elements. They had a lot of builds that were far more tied to the elements that I think were really, really good, really interesting, made more sense. Mine just happened to check all the boxes for having the elements in it. It wasn't as good as some of the other ones I saw for sure.
Still, you went for it, and it inspired you.
It did a little bit. Yeah.
So it needs to inspire people. It needs to. So we want to know the theme name that you're suggesting, but we also want to know why that theme connects to Brickworld, connects to the AFL community, would be a good theme for the show. We want to hear your description, your explanation, because as I said during the keynote, Ben, were you at the keynote?
No, Mark, you know where I was.
Where?
Do you want to see? Let's see if I can get it in there.
Dick.
This is my Medieval Times cup.
Well, we shouted you out during it because we love you.
Did.
But you don't love us enough to be there. And I knew you wouldn't be there. So it was kind of part of the joke of, so you don't like this area Ben, because it's annoyingly asymmetrical to you, correct?
Annoyingly?
That's what you've said before in the past.
I don't know.
You said the placement of the statue annoyed you. You wanted it in the center.
Oh, I think... Okay, so I'm not 100% a symmetry guy, but for something like a statue that's kind of supposed to be the centerpiece, I do kind of feel like it needs to be in the center.
Okay.
But I don't know.
We can do something about that.
Let's see here. We've got some decent suggestions in here.
Do you know what Derby Bricks means by ooh, a steampunk airship set? Oh, because I'm behind. We need to get you in here as a... Oh, that's right. So VMAC Tech says the set needs to be a Tower of Babel as a theme, and it's not. It's a beginning modular set. So next year's exclusive event set is going to be a starter module set, Brickworld style, and I'm working with Canada First Bricks to create several over the years. And Ben, you may recognize them.
That's cool.
From hold on, what did plus? You may recognize them from the Interactivity City.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops, wrong one.
I think that's a good idea. So that's an event that occurs at Brickworld where you can build. I think a lot of us older chaps probably don't get to the interactive sections unless we're helping. But it is a fun thing for kids and families to do, to build a module that stacks on top to make a big city. We've had lots of fun and interesting things happen with those, like in Milwaukee a couple years ago. Jacob Schilling's girlfriend knocked them all over when trying to help clean them up. And so Uh,
I wasn't even aware of that. That's awesome.
yeah, so she became known as Allie the City Destroyer for a little while. But
So
yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I like this. Derby Bricks suggests a steampunk airship set, which, as you know, I built a steampunk airship.
Oh yes.
No, that's not it. It's unfortunately these are great ideas, but I already designed it. It is just a modular starter set for those who want to create their own modulars. Gives them an idea, gives them kind of a base point if they want to shove a bunch of modular buildings into their existing city layout, with kind of a blueprint for how to create more. So what it comes with, it's a there's another money tree. Jesus. Jesus.
Jeebus.
Jeebus. So it comes with oh, they're talking. Hold on. All right, I'm here for you. Oh, is he now? This island is so gay. I can't even tell you. Aerodynamic and wicking, but also completely over the top visually. See? I want to rock faces with my system. So I won't talk about why that's funny. Anyway, it's a bit outside my normal fashion expertise. Less is more. Short choice. What the hell is happening here?
I am not sure. They
don't
really
wear
leaning
pants.
into it.
They literally don't wear pants.
So anyway, so Derby Break suggests also game night could be a fun or interesting theme. I don't disagree with that. There's a lot of ways you can go with that.
Yeah. There's a really inspirational song I listened to that's called "To the Skies and Beyond." It was very emotional for me, and not necessarily a tall build. I think I'll focus on a film/small display, or go with the emotion. Why not? Are you such a tough guy that you can't lean into the emotion over the next 365 days? Which, by the way, it's 364 because the dates for next year's Brickworld are June 17th to 21st.
Okay. I like Derby Bricks is also going to build a medieval times mock, and he's going to have minifigs of me and my family and everyone else who missed the keynote in the mock. So they'll have the medieval times mock, and maybe he'll just title it. Maybe he can just title it 2025 keynote.
Yeah,
and I'll be there with my medieval times goblet in the air, screaming "Rip his head off!" while Mark is getting emotional about his keynote.
No, because I should not be the person giving the keynote every year. So I just wanted to give an example of what a keynote is, because just over the years, I think the definition was lost. And so I have the video. I'm gonna post it, and so you can watch it. Since you weren't there,
I wasn't there. No.
I
certainly heard about it though.
You said to build tall. I said you can if you want to. I said build whatever you want. However, it was a request of let's get more in here. Derby Bricks is into it.
Good.
Appreciate that.
So I totally think an airship fits the theme just fine though. And I wouldn't mind building an airship. I've done pirate ships, I've done spaceships. I haven't done an airship, and they are one of the things that I see at the show that I always find really interesting.
Yeah, I got nominated once for best airship. I won for best sea vessel with my Nebula boat, and I'm going back to Nebula. Wait, I can't say that. I'm not going back to Nebula this year.
I didn't hear that.
Nobody did. I don't have another one. Damn it! I had an idea, but oh no, don't. All right, hold on, real quick. We're gonna be smart here. Let's go ahead and minus out.
Butthead. He says that. Yeah, you're not gonna talk about that. Let's see here. Rob Claxton. Can I do a Rob Claxton impersonation?
You can.
He gives a hey to VMAC and Get Cooped. And if they said hey back and they said, Rob, you're such a cool dude, Rob would say, yes, sir. He gave a lot of yes, sirs at Brickworld in his very charming Georgian, as in from Georgia accent. Not Georgia, the Eastern European country, Georgia, the state. So.
Good, yeah, good differentiation there. So let's see, real quick. Let's fix this. Boing.
Yes, sir.
Boing. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got it. And apologies to Rob Claxton, because as Lego Team B, I had dinner with them last night, which was fantastic. They asked where he was from, and I said Arkansas.
Yeah, well, it's one of them there southern states, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he told me he lives near South Carolina. He lives in Georgia near South Carolina. So there you have it.
Have you seen? Did we do this live on stream when I redesigned his place, or did I do that?
If you did, I was not here. I've been here for other redesigns. I do recall, or I have seen that big skull floor mat, but I'm pretty sure that I saw it on Happy Home Paradise, the redesign. So I don't think it was this place. So
Play the guitar, for God's sake. There we go.
did you see the working guitar mock at your show at Brick World?
No.
Okay, there was a guitar. I'm guessing most of the internals were, from an actual guitar, electric guitar, built into a Lego mock. I think it was probably too heavy to pick up, but he had it positioned on the table so that he could play it. And the pick he was using was one of those ovoid shaped or semi-ovoid shaped, oval shaped minifig shields.
Okay.
So he was using a yellow one of those as the pick. I think they've used them as like flower petals on some of the botanical sets.
Okay.
I actually, one of the things you asked me to do is hand out some Brickle-rific trophies, and I gave one to the electric guitar because I thought it was pretty fun.
Are you on Discord?
I am. I'm terrible at using it. Would you like me to make some posts in there about everything I gave one of those little Brickles to?
People are already doing so, thanking you for leading them.
Okay.
So VMAC Tech said, I need Tim Lighty to help me design my vision because I can't convey complex emotions in brick. Or there's two people here who have done that. We can help you too. You can bring them on the show. We can talk about it. Or we can do so in private, of course. Rob Clark says, couldn't help my country deep South accent was coming out. Oh, yeah, no. And we love it. No, that we're celebrating that.
Don't hide it.
Do not apologize, sir.
Yeah. This is not to make fun of you. This is I miss it already. The yes, sir.
100%.
So polite. The Southern drawl. We loved it.
Love.
Yes.
Big hearts for that. Yes.
Yes.
Yay. I built my friendship with Roscoe. It's a good day.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely builders at Brick World
garbage
that can do wonderful things in brick that we can't do.
Yes,
but you can always try.
Exactly. So Nan and Zhang's rock work always kills me, and so I have Jackass's swamp hideout on my build table right now. I couldn't remember his name, so Jackass was close enough. And I am going to try to do some rock work inspired by Nanan's rock work without copying it. And I say all the time, it's okay to try to copy, and you're going to come up with your own techniques, blah, blah, blah. I could copy it exactly. So I'm not going to look at it again.
Yeah. I think there are certain builders that always have one thing that I always aspire to be able to do. For Nanan, I think it's his the color combinations he uses. I always find really striking.
So that was the first thing I was doing with it, was like, if I'm going to redo the rock work on Victor's hideout, am I going to do dark tan, light bluish gray, brown, or dark bluish gray? And I haven't reached a decision yet. We may be starting with that on Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. I think Nanan's good with that. The another builder that I think, like, man, I can't believe he can do that. Zane Houston.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think he more than anyone was the one who kind of made me think that I should do chonkify my mech, because that is definitely, his mechs definitely have more of a presence.
Yeah.
And they're chonkified. And they're not chonkified like I chonkify them, they are quadruple chonkified.
100%. And he won 2 awards. One for mech, one for something completely
pop culture, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. For a Pokemon build. And I'll say the other thing about this, I'm pretty sure I've seen him do a few Pokemon builds, and every time he's done one, like the back of the build's been completely unfinished, but it's so striking from the front, and that's the only side you're looking at.
Yeah.
That it's just amazing. And I don't blame him for not finishing the back, because the way he's done them typically is he has a lot of plates on various hinges to get the shaping. So if he had the back closed off, he probably couldn't like reach inside there to fix things and move things and get them in the right place.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Pokemon build he had was crazy. Had a lot of empty space in it if you look closely at it.
Yeah.
But just the shaping was ridiculous. BMAX says, no offense, but Tim's stuff has spoken to me since my first Brick World Expo.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
definitely let you guys roast my attempts, though. Yeah, no, Tim is, I would say, probably Tim's best skill of his many. He can sketch, too. So I think he probably does much better than a lot of us at pre-planning his ideas via sketch. But his ability to build off-grid, I guess I would say, has always impressed me.
Same.
So he has parts that seem to be floating or are connected in ways that I would never have predicted.
And his art sketches that he turns into brick are also insane. Hey, Ben,
Yes.
I desperately need to use the bathroom. Do you want to play the song, or do you want to just keep chatting about brick?
Yeah, like, I'll chat about Brickworld because I can't play the songs, only you can, but I can ramble for a little while.
I can play a song. My point is, I can play a song if you want to.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, bye.
Rob says, I know y'all weren't making fun of me. I had some people from the UK finally ask where I was from, and the president of SC Brickslug had to record my yes sir in his phone when I text. All right. So that's pretty fun. Yeah, we weren't making fun of you, Rob. It was nice to see lots of people, and I would go through all the members of the live stream that I saw or who came and talked to me, but I won't, out of fear that I will forget somebody and feel terrible about it. Those of you who are in the chat, though, Derby Bricks was there, Get Cooped was there, VMAC was there, Rob Claxton was there, so you guys were all there. I saw all of you, so that was always fun for me. I would say this year, and we talk on the stream all the time about the fact that when I'm not on stream in person, I'm quite introverted, which maybe isn't evident when I'm being a troll on the stream or whatever else. But I definitely had more people come up and talk to me this year than any other year, and I didn't mind it. So that's kind of the other thing with that. Sometimes I can get overwhelmed if a lot of people come and talk to me, but I felt like I knew you guys already so much that it wasn't awkward at all when you came up and talked to me. So it was really nice and made me feel a lot more comfortable. So I don't know if you could tell that, but it was definitely nice to feel like I could just, talk to you like a friend right away and not be nervous about the interaction at all. So I think that's really helpful for me to be able to already know something about your personality, or that, in a sense, we're friends already.
I could tell.
So
I could see it.
yeah.
And
So
plus,
I thought that was good. I really liked that.
it's like when there was social stuff going on and people couldn't find me, they seem to go to you.
A little bit. Yeah. Which is okay.
Right. But it's helpful for me.
Let's see. VMAX said, I was told that my Trogdar, which apparently is a pop culture thing, that I'm too old. No, I'm so old that I should know it, yet somehow I don't.
Trogdar. I think we've talked about that on the stream, actually.
And apparently getting snubbed felt good. I don't know.
Oh no, they've talked about it on the Discord channel. It was the little dragon creature.
Well, I know what it is. I know what his Trogdar thingy is. It's the one with the muscle arm off the back of his back and his little feet and
Yeah,
all that stuff.
you got it.
It's one of those things where I apparently wasn't cool enough to know what a Trogdar was. But now I feel like I need to know. I need to get in on this because it's just such a goofy looking character. So
Yeah.
let's see here. I built what I wanted. which was more fun. Exactly, VMAC. Exactly. And that's certainly been like, sometimes you can tell when people are building or feel compelled to build for a nomination. And that's great if they succeed.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm not like, yeah, Trogdar the Burninator. Derby Bricks knows who it is. For me, it's like, I'm just going to build what I like.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it gets nominated, great. If it doesn't, great.
Yeah.
It's fine. Derby Bricks says, Homestead Runner. That must be another reference to this Trogdar the Burninator. But
So
Derby's in on it too. I guess we just don't get it.
Oh, look what's blooming! The plumeria is blooming. Yay! That's good. So one question I had for you is, so we're doing a collaborative next year. We're doing Griffins versus Kraken.
That's right.
I'm excited about that. So whenever I know there was a couple comments from coordinators that it's too bad Mark didn't get his creation up by noon on Friday because it would have been nominated. Not true at all. I put in there that I don't want to be eligible for awards. I've won enough. I own the freaking business.
Yeah.
But however, if we're going to collaborate together, I can certainly put our collaboration to the side if for that one you want to be considered for an award. If you're Castle for the Griffin, okay, I figured as much.
No, that is completely fine. If we build it together and we have fun, that's all I really care.
100%, same here.
I've got red bricks already. It's nice to get them. It's fun to get them. But let's be honest, they sit in my basement and nobody sees them anyway.
Mine are in a box somewhere, and I don't mean that dismissively. Like that happened with the.
Oh, mine are out on display, but I don't let people into my Lego room, so you know.
I would like actually I have to get an electrician and a plumber into the house, and I won't do it until I have the basement somewhat organized, because it's one thing to see all of the freaking Lego here. It's another to not be able to move through and need things moved for you. Like it makes me a little bit more self-conscious.
So Trogdar is apparently from Homestar Runner, whatever that is.
What?
I have to read all this.
Oh no!
339 bells. Is that amazing?
Turnip gate is on. Turnip gate is on. See your bitch's ass later. Oh no! All right, we got to do something about this. All right, what do we do? I think we should go Treasure Island instead of trying to go to Brokey and flip back the time thing. We got to move. What time is it? VMAC Tech says
11:47.
Posted it on the Homestar Facebook page, and currently, it's 10:11. I have 2 hours to figure this out. Public posted it on the Homestar Facebook page, and it currently has 715 likes. That's more than any Lego post I've ever made. So a huge personal win. Hey, nice job, man. Derby Brick says Trogdar is from Strong Bad. Wait.
Email number 58 on Homestar Runner.
Wow.
See, these are all words that we don't understand, but we should.
I feel understand like each individual word, just not in that sequence.
I feel like I need to know what this is.
All right, I need to go to YouTube and find myself a Treasure Island, get a boatload of turnips, and this is good. This is gonna be tedious, but this is what we're doing tonight, and we can talk Brick World in the meantime.
And I see the picture of Trogdar on the interwebs here, and BMAC, your Trogdar certainly looks like this guy, no doubt.
Ooh, that's a good band.
But apparently, there were a lot of things that were pop culture that I knew were pop culture in some fashion, but I had no idea what they were from. And that always drives me crazy if someone asks what I built is from Series XYZ and it is something that it's not. So I almost feel bad assuming something is pop culture reference without being told it is. So I appreciate that Mark and I are now in on this. We just have to learn what the heck it is.
Don't speak. I know what you're thinking. So please stop explaining. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. You said no doubt, so.
You're right, I did.
Let's see. Treasure. Jesus. Usually it's up in my preview. Treasure Island, Animal Crossing. Maybe we'll pick up a bunch of crap too. Animal. Here, go. Turnip Gate. Too bad Jess and Chris aren't here. They're probably still flying. Chopang. I don't want to go Chopang. Forever Ava.
I'm trying to read the villains wiki on Trogdar, and let me tell you,
Shrengna.
It makes no more sense when I read the words on the page. Right now, I'm just like, what?
You should be able to share your screen. So if you want to bring up some Trogdar stuff, I'm going to be traveling for a while and picking up turnips. 339 is bonkers. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right, so here it is.
Dumbass.
So this is what it says. I gotta get it up there. Oh, you have to push a button, I think.
I have to push a button? Dang.
Hold on. Yeah, I think you do.
I gotta do stuff?
Yeah.
Man, we gotta find a way to make you log in. Oh, here, I got it. Let's see. Yeah. Hey,
there it is.
There we are.
Not like anyone could read it, but here he is. He's an evildoer.
Oops, sorry.
And it says, "Oh, hey, like I want this. Screw you, McAfee." All right, I'll try this again. Okay. Trogdar, also known as Trogdar the Burninator, is a dragon created by Strongbad in the SB email Dragon. What's an SB email?
Makes sense to me. Well, it's something that Derby Bricks already said. He said, he said, Derby Bricks, Trogdar is from Strongbad, email number 58 on
Homestar Runner. Yeah.
It makes sense now, didn't it?
No. He serves as a major villain protagonist in his own video game, Trogdar, wherein he burninates various peasant victims. In another video game, Peasant's Quest, Trogdar serves as the main antagonist. However, much to Strongbad's fear, his creation came to life during the events of the final chapter of Strongbad's cool game for attractive people entitled 8-Bit is Enough, brought into the real world by radioactive components put into Strongbad's Trogdor arcade game. Trogdor promptly goes on a rampage and burninates everything within sight.
Cool game for attractive people.
This is obviously very funny. VMAC is helping us out here. So Strongbad Emails was a Flash-based cartoon that had embedded links within the cartoon. Okay.
Oh, that makes more sense now. No, it doesn't.
All right. Well, it sort of does. So it was a Flash-based cartoon. So it was like
what do you want?
An animated via Flash cartoon on like a website that had embedded links to these various things, probably such as these silly games. But let's see here. His crimes are murder and arson. He is an immortal dragon. His goal is to burninate the countryside, burninate the peasants thatched roof cottages. His powers and skills are fire breath, and he's indestructible. His occupation is no information. I would say his occupation is bad guy or burninator.
I would say they've given him. He apparently develops video games as well.
Yeah, and maybe all of this was just through an email deal as well. Like you got an email with these flash-based thingies in them. But there you go. So we know something now about Trogdar. Trogdor, apparently a lot of people understand who he is. And if you put him up on if you create it and Homestar's Facebook page puts you up on it, then you will become 715 likes later a Trogdar superstar like VMAC is.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'll just tell you, VMAC just had so many silly things in his mock. I just love the silliness. He had some hidden references to Totby in there as well.
Nice.
And Flaming Beavers. There was some more roasting. There were a number of things in there.
He'll send us the episode on Discord. There's a physical board game, apparently.
Right. Cool. Yeah, Derby Brick says you should just watch the video. We totally should.
Yeah, 100%.
It would make a lot more sense to us after the fact.
Yeah. Because right now we're like, what?
I think the part that I'm struggling with the most is even after I read the description, I'm just like, more questions. fewer answers have been made clear.
Right.
So
But that's a whole thing there, huh? So was it when they say email number, was the game entirely played via email?
it could be. It was number
Or
if this
more of a
was
Gen
email number
X thing?
58 apparently.
Right. Because do
So
people email anymore? Because I only use it for work and I hate emailing people.
yeah. I had to download Telegram today.
Why?
For collaborative purposes.
Oh, really? For our collaborative?
Yes.
Mm.
Because we have collaborators who live in other places and we're not always the best at checking forums.
So you know who wants to join us
Oh.
is Brick Dad Builds, so we should add him.
Okay.
Add me to it too. Can you send me an invite? I'm on Telegram because
so.
Lego Masters.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I can do that when I find my phone and learn how to use Telegram, but I think I can do it.
Mm-hmm. I certainly can. Thanks for asking.
I also built this for Brickworld Chicago.
Can't
You
see
see it in there?
Yeah, it's a mini lander of you.
It's a mini lander me. Yes. And my kids said it didn't look like me because it was too fat. And I said, well, I tried to make him look like he had a hooded sweatshirt on, so that was like the front pocket of the hoodie.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And I thought he looked decently close. But
give me a second.
he had a hood on the back. Oh yeah, now you got me up there.
Boing.
Here's his hood.
Boing.
Here's the hood on the back, and here's the pouch on the front. He does kind of look chubby, I guess, but that was kind of the idea.
Is a little too chubby.
It's about as thin as you could get it, though. Miniland is just kind of a weird scale. But there's me.
I know. I used to work in it, so I know that.
Yeah. There's me. I got glasses and a gray hat and a beard. It looks basically me.
Yeah. The problem is the hoodie. I can see what's going on. I can help you with that.
I literally always am wearing a hoodie at Brickworld, so
100%.
I had to get him in a hoodie.
In a mini lander, you should represent the hoodie. You got the baggy shorts. You nailed that. In a mini lander, you should represent the hoodie with a plate instead of those curved things because it does look like you have. It looks like you're pregnant.
Well, that's okay. I pretty much was.
No, that's not what you look like.
Sure.
I love your minor league baseball hat so much.
Yes. Yeah. So this was my Father's Day present from my fam. It is. I got Clombo from Lego Fortnite because it's a beautiful looking little build, and then the minor league baseball hat. The St. Paul Saints alternate identity this year is going to be the Ghostly Gangsters. And that's their logo, which I just love.
Here we go. We got some more information here in case you were wondering. Let's see. I saw somebody saying, where are we at? You should just watch the video sent. I think you still might be like, what? After watching it, which is fair. Every Thursday, Strong Bad read an email. Trogdar turned 21 the Friday of Brickworld. Oh, okay. Where was I with that? There's a lot of stuff happening. Every Thursday, Strong... Hold on. I'm lost. Oh, there we go. And then Derby Rick says, Strong Bad is a character that reads emails in animation. All right, so we lost our freaking internet connection somehow, and so now we got to try again.
Look at me, I'm on the main screen though.
You are though.
No.
I know, I'm trying to
change that. All right,
there we go. And Tiny would be you, and then me, and then you, and then me. I'm good at StreamYard. Okay.
That is so many steps.
Oh yeah, too many steps.
But you got it. That was all just so you could see pregnant version of me in a hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Lactating.
VMAX's not going to do something inappropriate with that comment.
Other takeaways from the weekend?
We
had some good conversations with other people. You and I had great conversations, as we always do. And again, we had more of them than we've had since I owned the company. I saw you more than anybody else, and it was great.
Interesting.
However, A lot of people got involved in those conversations,
I was about to say, even though
including
that's
VMAC and Rob
true,
Claxton.
yeah, even though that's true, we didn't spend a lot of time talking just to each other, which is fine.
Uh-huh.
There was
Oh my God.
lots of other people who were joining in the fun, which is also fine.
100%. It's hard
I
to.
saw you more this year than last year. That's 100% true.
I should have worn the disguise more often. VMAC texts, am I supposed to be clipping this? Well, you always can if you want to. This isn't the one to clip from, and you made some amazing clips. And I look back and like in the weeks going up to Brickworld, you made some pretty great shorts for us and YouTube videos that I haven't had a chance to do anything with yet. Derby Brick says red vines. You know what? That
Oh
immediately
yes.
hit me right now. I ate a lot of red vines this weekend, a lot of them, and I don't remember when or where, but I do remember the texture and the visceral sensation.
Mm-hmm.
Online play, bitch. Of eating red vines happened a lot.
Yes. Yeah, Derby
Do
brought
I
the
know
red
Derby
vines.
Bricks?
Yes, you know Derby Bricks.
Are they part of your bricks?
No, he's from Minnesota. He's Derby Bricks because he participates in roller derby. He is
Ooh.
bald, so you almost certainly recognize him.
Oh,
Because
yes.
you love all bald men.
I do.
He's bald, he has glasses, he hangs out with, his real name is Matt. He, just like your husband, he hangs out with
You're
Mel
describing
and
my
Jesse and sort of that
Mel?
crew. Mel Brown, yep.
Oh, I know exactly what it is. All right, cool.
Yes, and Matt had the red vines Sunday night at the table. And he was supplying them to Reed and Jesse to try to get them to wake up because they were both fading fast at the table, practically falling asleep. And so Matt was supplying them with red vines to wake them up. So, and Matt's son Murphy came with. Largely, though, he was with the BAM contingent because he works at the Bricks and Minifigs here locally.
Aha.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, so he has some friends. He's probably come with Matt even before he worked for Bricks and Minifigs, but that was kind of his main crew this year, which would make sense.
Well, Turnip Gate is so far is going horrible. I can't connect to the internet for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. Connect, bitch. Let's go.
Derby was saying that there was somebody who he gave. He also ran the soda draft.
Yes, and so we literally spoke in the back offices when he was looking for the soda draft bricks. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So
my brain. Hey, Derby, weren't you at some point Whislug? Damn it! What's happening here? Sorry. Okay.
I've always known him through Twin Lug, but you know, what do I know? Anyway, so he was saying that there was somebody he had offered a red vine to, and they complained it wasn't a Twizzler.
Because they're red vines, dumbass.
Because they're red vines, not Twizzlers. That's exactly what he said. It's not a Twizzler, so why are you asking for a Twizzler? So there you have it.
There we go.
I also feel like, Derby, were you the one who was asking or suggesting a couple years ago that your partner, maybe still at the time, was capable of wedding people, and we should see if there's anyone who actually ever wants to get married at Brick World? You'd have someone who could.
People have gone on their honeymoon.
So
no Twin Lug. All right, so we're right there.
Right there. So yeah, I recall hearing about this thought, and I did mention it to you, Mark. That was so long ago.
Hey, Papa Rex is here.
Kiddos, hey, Papa Rex.
All right, we got to make this happen. We're in the middle of a tournament gate, and we're talking about red vines.
Yeah, we are. Why wouldn't we be, though?
This is important, Ben.
BMAX says, I'm only here because of the holiday tomorrow. Yes. Juneteenth, I am also off tomorrow, which means I can stay up, which is
Yeah.
good. And Derby Bricks says yes, so yes, Derby Bricks was the one who brought that up to us.
Thought so.
So I don't
Okay.
know if that could ever happen, but if anyone ever wants to have a Brick World wedding, we know a guy who knows a gal who could do it. So there you go.
God damn it. All right, so we have no choice but to go back to Brokey.
VMAX says Whistlug Barbie was quite amazing. I talked to the brainchild for it for an hour. Great lady, would recommend. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll talk more display stuff on Sunday.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there was a bunch of stuff that was really great there. And the other thing that I've noticed too is I've seen a
Try one more
few
time.
like YouTube posts that are like, full Brick World walkthrough, and they are not highlighting the things I would highlight.
Right.
So it's always kind of interesting to see what different people are attracted to.
They're also
not to say that it's not to say that they're not highlighting things that aren't good. It's just some of my favorite things aren't in any of the videos.
They're also highlighting things sometimes where I wasn't even aware that it was there.
Yeah, well, that always happens. I think maybe part of it too is they, not 100% of the time, but they do tend to focus on, rightfully so to some degree, large things and things with an IP tie-in.
Yeah.
And some of my favorite things weren't necessarily either of those.
Yeah.
Though there were some great enormous builds as well.
When you and I put out the Brickles, we definitely identified that there was a lot of Star Wars there.
There was. And a lot of it was well done. But it was all kind of, and I think it seemed like because there are a couple of lugs that are basically Star Wars lugs. We got Boba lug, Rebel lug, Empire lug. They all seem to be
even is quite Star Wars-ish, although there's a lot of original creative stuff in there.
Yeah, they all seem to be working in a similar color palette this year. It was kind of the dusty, dark, orange, nougaty color landscaping, unlike all of them, which is cool. Well done, but I think for some people, if you don't know some of the ins and outs of the finer details of the Star Wars stuff, people walk by it if they're not into it, which is sad to some extent. But I also understand it. So
VMAC Tech says you start talking to a builder and miss the build right beside, in my experience.
yeah,
Derby Brick says Beyond the Brick usually does a 2-hour run through the haul. Haven't seen it posted yet though. They're posting them much smaller. They're all over Instagram. And maybe they're changing what they're doing. Closing
so
software.
there was definitely some things where I was like if it was me, I would have had this and this and this. It's unfair.
Yeah, totally.
To just put my opinion on what would have been shown or shouldn't have been shown. But pretty much none of the things I gave Brickerific trophies to were on there.
Nougat was big in a lot of builds this year. What was big for you in the Brickerific awards?
When I was looking through the Star Wars, there was a lot of nougat and dark orange.
Yeah.
But all of the things I chose for Brickerifics, like none of them are in the walkthrough videos. And I guess to some extent that's kind of the point, is you're supposed to recognize or we notice things that maybe didn't get awards for other reasons that were great.
I always find some in Orphan Lug and Rebel Lug because there's so many builds there and they're smaller and they're tucked back because they do us a favor. They tier their display to make more room. What's happening right now? Hold on. What is this? Oh, it's my YouTube. Sorry. And so they tuck them together closer than other displays do, and so they get lost behind. Even I think one of Nanon's might have been nominated this year if it hadn't been for the place it was set. And it was Nanon, so I was like, I'd give it a Brickerific, but I'd rather give it to a youth because Nanon's
Yeah.
done a lot over the years. I'm surprised Nanon hasn't been a Brick World Master yet.
There's several people who I'm surprised.
Cecilia,
Yeah.
Crystal,
Yeah.
and I know these people are in my group, so it feels somewhat insincere to say so. But they're very good builders, and I'm sure every lug, every group has people that they're like, why haven't they even been nominated? It is, I 100% believe this. It's very much an honor to be nominated. Ben, how do you feel about the process now that you've won and been nominated several times?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have found, thankfully,
Yeah.
that most of the people who are nominated are also very good with the community,
Yeah.
which I have liked. So it makes it harder though too, because I usually end up knowing, if there are 5 nominees, I'm probably friends with 2 of them, and I
Yeah.
know 2 other ones, and then maybe one is a bit unknown to me, and it's someone I get to learn about. So that I think is nice. I guess if you get nominated, 3 or 4 times, though, eventually
Yeah.
you just wear people down and they
Right.
choose you. So
Is that what happened, Ben?
probably. I don't know. But yeah, there were people who were nominated this year, and I don't know if they'll be nominated again in a year or two. There have been people who've been nominated who have sort of vanished from the community, which is too bad too.
Yeah.
And it's because life gets in the way,
Yeah, of course.
and all that stuff. UMAC mentions Lisa's build, which is an absolute banger. Agree 100%. That was a
No
beautiful
kidding.
build.
That was
That was a
fantastic.
great build.
It was so wholesome and like accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
And I think she runs into the problem that she is also an awards coordinator. Here we go.
Right.
We're finally back in.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the other part too is she has done furniture in the past as well, and this was above and beyond anything she's done before.
No kidding.
So I thought it was great. I would have loved to have seen it get nominated, but
Same.
there's always going to be great builds that don't get nominated
But
because
also at the same time, I trust that team that I have on it.
right.
to make
Well, that's
the-
exactly it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't fit in a category perfectly, and the one that you end up being sort of in has a lot of other stuff that's phenomenal.
100%.
And it just happens.
100%.
You can be the 6th best build in a category.
Right?
That would mean you're not nominated, but you could be the 6th best build there. And that's how it goes sometimes.
This is an interesting comment. It would be nice to include photos of the BMW nominees, Brick World Master nominees, mocks in the ballots. Don't always recognize names, but might recognize their builds. We usually intend to. We had a little bit of a server overload this year. One thing we're adding to the site currently is from the last 5 years, because that's what we have the data on, is all the nominees and winners from the last 5 years to a gallery on the website. So
that could be fun.
Look forward to that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the struggles for Brick World Master is that a lot of times you end up with, because it's supposed to be for your overall contribution to Brick World.
Thank you. That's where I was about to go. You go.
Yeah, your current year display might be the best thing there, might be the 3rd best thing there, but your body of work over a long period of time might be more significant than just having the best build there that year.
You know them or you don't. So that's like, as I said to Ben when we were talking, in several years we've had abstained from voting as the highest winner from that vote, because there's so many people there. They can't know everybody, especially with so many new attendees. I don't know the stats from this year, so I can't say that about your win, Ben. But I do know that, like, typically it has become such a large event that started with a small group, that like a lot of times there's so many people there who are new to this. Like last year we had 700 new attendees out of 1,700. Oh no, we had more than that. It was more than half of the people last year were new attendees. This is the first year since I've owned the company that we had fewer than half of the attendees being new attendees. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that
Yeah.
went. Yes,
And
pass
so
lock as well. Oh, that'd be
right,
that would be a deep dive, and I think that's
it would
something
be.
that's something we talked about. David Turner and I that we were trying to address. VMAC Tech also said Casey said it best: if you want to win an award, you have to build for the award, but also
Hmm. Hmm. I partially agree with that. I guess to me, I've definitely seen instances where I will say, oh,
turnips.
that builder, is going for Brick World Master, right? Like they
Yes.
are venturing into 7 themes. And sometimes it's because they've been nominated 4 times and they haven't won. And they're
Right.
just like, what else can I do, or what else do I have to do? Other people just sort of build what they build, and they, happens to be their year, the right time,
Yeah,
confluence of events or whatever it is.
yeah.
So, I mean, you can
So-
go either way.
The
but-
awards team used to do a thing where it was like, and this was a very long time ago, before I won. If you won Brick World Master, you couldn't win other categories, which I wasn't crazy about, and so they honor that now. And so Ben won 2 categories this year and Brick World Master, so it was a huge year for him. And that's what I want to see happen. I want to see the best builds nominated, won, and Brick World Master, even if they're the person who won several other categories. That's kind of another indicator of why they should win Brick World Master, because they won 2 categories. In your case,
Yeah, and there were a few people who won 2 categories. There were several people who were nominated in 2 or 3.
Zane did. Yep, exactly.
Zane, yep. There was, I know, Geneva Durand, who was also nominated for Brick World Master, was nominated in 2 or 3 other things, including a collab with her family.
Hey, Stud City is here.
Yeah, so I mean, that is
Crossing night. This is
Yeah,
more
so-
casual Stud than any Lego stream we run. It's me playing Animal Crossing, but at the same time, we're having a very heavy discussion about Brick World. So,
we are.
and Stud
So-
was there.
Yeah, so I would say the people who were nominated this year, and I will admit I do not know who
Right guy.
Eli is, but everybody else who was nominated was also nominated for at least 2 other categories, it seemed like.
He loves Ben too, by the way.
So, hi, Rye Guy.
There's no turnips here.
You probably all cleaned them out because it's the turnip gate. So who
Right.
knows? Because you're on some weird
is it
time
here?
warp with your.
Also, it is, so that might be a problem. I probably do have to pick them up for my own island because they'll rot by the time I get them back. So we're getting out of here.
Shoot.
So I have to open up my other Switch to make this happen correctly. I should have realized that. 7:08 p.m. on at current time. Oh, whoops! I can't get around there. Oh,
So my
come
wife-
on.
My wife said to me, she said, "Hey, so next year, does that mean you're going to bring less stuff?" And I was like, no.
Ew.
I'm going to bring like the same amount of stuff. That won't change anything.
Bam
But-
Crest Hill is here. Jeez.
What's
Says
that?
that's better. How are you all recovering? Slowly but surely. I slept most of the last 3 days. We did a lot of
probably
Brick
Rye
World
Guy
work.
83, I'm guessing, is actually Ryan.
Right happens to be I would have loved an award, but individual display isn't a narrow category. I just built for fun and sent it. Yeah, nice. I don't know that it is. Hey, Bam Crest Hill, is this you? I don't think it is.
What's the time lapse video? Derry Brick says, "What is this place you're in Cheatville?" Yeah, sort of. They have these things called treasure
Cheatville.
islands.
No, Cheatville is definitely what it's called.
Yeah, it's basically Cheatville. They have these things called treasure islands that people build that just have like loads of things that you can come and pick up instead of having to actually
So-
craft them or find them in the game.
This should be the beach, but as you can see, there's no beach here, so it's definitely
Switching.
a hacked switch.
Yep.
So we're gonna set up Brokey, and that's where Mark's gonna get his turnips because they're 339 bells per turnip. And I should have done that a while ago.
Yeah, so Mark's used the Treasure Island format to find a particular villager that he wants.
Yep.
Otherwise, you have to wait, days upon days and see who comes to your island. And I don't know how many villagers are available, Mark. It's 300 or something.
400 and something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like 400 and something. So you don't want to wait through 400 villagers to find the one you want.
Yeah.
No,
you're absolutely correct. Rye Guy is Bam Crest Hill.
Kind of figured that. That was the that's better reaction.
Right.
So
125. Open up your gate. What time is it on my island? We're in the middle of a turnip gate, and we're not treating it like it's a turnip gate. We should be freaking out, but we're not.
That's okay. We're talking Brick World stuff.
Whatever. Yeah.
Talking Brick World stuff.
Beep bum bum. Turn on.
No. And I'm sure we'll end up, whether I want to or not, talking about this several more times on the streams. So
I know.
It's fine, but
well, get yourself calm down and accept the fact that you won it. And deserved it, and we'll talk about it, and we can tuck it away. We can certainly tuck it away. We've got some new comments here. One new comment, sorry, from Derby Bricks. I've never seen or played this game. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're talking about a bunch of stuff tonight, so
yeah. So we definitely, this game was big during the pandemic for sure, and obviously it has Lego tie-ins. But it's something fun for Mark to do and unwind. And then when I'm here, or obviously we don't always go Brick World heavy. Oftentimes we actually pay more attention to the game, but tonight's kind of special because we just came off Brick World.
So Derby, did you watch the keynote? Ryan says, hold on, where'd my mouse go? I actually had a great time this year. I don't know why you needed the qualifier of actually, but great. I'm glad to hear that. VMacTech says, I did have an idea floating around about a public favorite, like maybe work that into the ticket and mock card, then we could see where the pulse of the public was going.
Can I tell you this? I have a large suspicion that
Ben, seriously, this is true. Thank you for your help with the garage sale.
Yeah, I didn't have to do much. It was well organized by David. He basically just gave me the list and said, point people to the right place, and I did. And then I kept my memory to the people who had to leave to go pick something else up and come back. So there was just a little bit of that, but it was fun to do it. And my favorite part about helping you out with that is now I can tease Reed that I did his job for him, just like I can tease him that last year I took over Friday Night Bricks. So I'm just trying to replace Reed.
He was very happy, by the way.
I'm sure he was glad to not have to do it. So.
Well, the shout out during the keynote speech, it seemed to light a fire in him. And so Bam says, having corporate team there, thought it would be hectic, but I got to relax more than I thought I could. Spent more time with the family. Liam Brick the Bed is here. Hey, Liam. We're playing Animal Crossing tonight, but just kind of discussing lightly some of the stuff that happened at Brickworld this year. Like Ben winning Brickworld Master. That's some of the stuff we're discussing.
And also, Terry Bricks says, not complaining about Animal Crossing. Good. I hope you enjoy it. It is kind of fun to have something to watch while we're jibber jabbering. And Derby did catch the keynote. He was not at medieval times like me. So
yeah, way to go. Well, explain to us why you were at medieval times, because there was a very good reason for being there.
Right, since you betrayed me and didn't bother to say why I was there.
I know I forgot. A little sort of like I should have said.
Yeah, there were a number of people there for the Lego Ambassador Network, but that was not me. The reason I was there is because my son turned 12. We went last year, not during the keynote.
Yeah.
We went last year, and so he wanted to go again this year, and it was his birthday. So that's when we got the tickets. It happened to be the best night to go. I guess maybe Wednesday would have been better for you if that's when we could have gone, but my son wasn't here yet. He didn't come till his actual birthday on Thursday.
And that was his golden birthday, so you had to do
It
something
was his
on
golden
the
birthday.
night.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And it was too bad because he didn't feel too well, but
So
he powered through. So
fun times. I was in the comedy show this year, and so was my mom. And my mom was asked to play the game where they read her text off of her phone. What is this
yeah,
happening? Um, so
yeah, that one was
my
a little
niece,
hectic. That game.
my niece was there to surprise my sister, and they were trying to surprise me too. Which don't do that while I'm in the middle of a show. So it was kind of good that this happened. So Philip was one of the players this year. Instead of
Yeah.
just being a guest, he was like part of the entire ensemble for the comedy show. And so he had my mom's. What the fuck is
Phone.
going on? Sorry.
Yep. This would be Philip Stratsma, former
Yeah.
Lego Master contestant.
Hold on. We have to finish this Turnpgate. Um, sounds like
Sure
a
we
great
do.
present to your son. Yes, it certainly does. And it was, right? He enjoyed it, or did he not?
He did, even though he wasn't feeling well. Last year, our night won, which I think was really exciting for them. This year, our night got killed first. Like, he sucked. But my son, the other thing is he got to open his presents early because I left on Wednesday, the day before his birthday, to go to Brick World, and then my family flew in on Thursday, so we gave him his presents early, and the present that he got was a 3D printer, which he's been desperate
Oh,
to have.
nice. Yeah, great.
Yeah, he's
Are
had a
you at
friend
work?
who's printed stuff for him.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, dude,
I'll use
I
that.
am 100% not going to be able to help you learn how to use this thing until we get back from Brick World. However, Monday when he got it, I still had to try to set it up because I figured there'd be some test prints inside the system that we could at least print so he could, enjoy his presents a little bit, right? You don't want to give a 12-year-old a present and then say, oh, by the way, you can't touch it until next Tuesday when we're home, or Monday. So I was trying to get it set up, and this 3D printer, if you've ever seen one, has a bed that goes up and down that it prints on. So the bed raises and lowers, and the head spews out hot plastic to print something. And the bed was held in by 4 of the cheapest, crappiest screws you can imagine. And they gave you an Allen wrench to get them out. First 3 I got out pretty easily. The last one, every time I turned the Allen wrench, it would strip out the top of the head, like the pattern, and the screw wasn't coming out. And I was extremely frustrated with it because I'm like, how could they put such a terrible screw that you can't even get it out in this thing? You need that out to use the 3D printer. I ended up cutting it out of the bottom of the machine with an oscillating tool. If you've ever seen one of those, it's kind of looks like a long straight handle with a vibrating
Dremel
cutter on the end of it, kind of like a Dremel, but instead of spinning, it oscillates, so it moves really fast. So I swore a lot, cut some of the plastic out of the bottom of his 3D printer to get it out. I needed an extension cord, so at one point I said, Rachel, can you get me an extension cord? I know there's one under the table in the front room. And so she went into the front room, and I was feeling very frustrated. And she said, is it in the bin under this table? And I said, for once in your life, Rachel, can you just do something without asking me a question? Actually, that's not what I said.
Oh, that's the thing. You guys told me about this.
Own for once. And so that got me in a lot of trouble, rightfully so.
Yeah, of course.
So Derby Bricks asked, what was his 3D printer? It is I want to get this right, a FlashForge 5M. That's what it is. Liam Brick the Bed says Brick World sounds like a great place to escape reality for a weekend. It sure is. Let's see. VMAX says, I think we all have the Brick World blues. Life outside of the Oasis is demonstrably worse. Oh, that's too bad, VMAX. It's definitely less fun when you have to go back to work and you have 80 emails and the kids are starting camp and you stayed up till 3 a.m. multiple nights in a row. And you had to
every
sleep.
night for me, by the way.
Yeah, you had to stop and sleep on the drive home at a rest stop outside of Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, oops.
Because, that kind of stuff happens. Ouch, Ben. Yeah, what I said to my wife was not cool. She did forgive me eventually. She was happy that I won Brick World Master and didn't punch me in the face. So,
right.
All those things were good. But yeah, I was so frustrated because she said the other thing that I was getting frustrated with is she was like, let's just return it. I'm like, Rachel, we just took it out of the box. Miles, it's his birthday. He wants to print something for Pete's sake. I just want this thing to work. And so I was super frustrated with the screw, not with her. But, I was just like, just don't talk to me about anything. Just get me the stupid extension cord, so. Yeah, oops. You live, you learn.
Yeah. All right, I have to do some calendar stuff here to make this happen. Turnip Gate has ruined our day here.
Again.
Yeah, well, Justin Chris will tell you the last Turnip Gate I missed by like a minute. So we're going to do this right. We're going to go back to December 29th, 2024 on Bro Key, which is in my lap here. So December 29th, 2024. And we're going to go back to 9:54 a.m. And then he's going to get those. And then travel to Buttland.
Papa Rex points out she could still punch me in the face, just saying, yeah, that's definitely a possibility. She seems to have forgotten about it, so the fact that I'm talking about it now is probably dangerous. Derby Bricks asks if I stopped by Buffalo Phil's, which is in Wisconsin Dells, to see Paul's display, and I assume that's, I don't know, which Paul is that? But no, I did not. I know that there are displays at Buffalo Phil's on the second level of Lego. But I would feel creepy going to Buffalo Phil's by myself. I don't know why, but because they deliver food by train, model train, yeah. It feels like a place to go with your family. And maybe it would be like the Science Museum here in Minnesota, where if you're a 43-year-old guy and you show up by yourself, they give you the special creeper sticker to make sure to watch you when you go in. So
special creeper sticker, yeah. Not something you want. VMAC says men in project mode. Spouses aren't a great help because they are trying to be helpful instead of just doing the things that they should in our head. Such wonderful women / men for putting up with us. Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, Paul Harrington.
Oh, I know him.
Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't stop by Buffalo Phil's. I think from what I've heard about Wisconsin Dells, I'm not sure I would have wanted to have a giant car full of Lego and computers and monitors parked in a parking lot anywhere in Wisconsin Dells, even with me sleeping inside of it for fear of being robbed. Apparently, Derby Brick says the displays there are in both levels of Buffalo Phil's. So it might be fun if we ever go back to Wisconsin Dells, I'll have to tell Rachel, we have been to Buffalo Phil's before. I will have to go back and check out the displays. So yeah, I heard there were like some concert displays. So there was like a tribute to various artists up there on the second level. So apparently other stuff too. VMAX says he was underwhelmed by Buffalo Phil's, as were the kids. We went to the Dells after Brick World last year. So, okay. I'm not sure when the installations went in though either. So perhaps they were there, VMAC, perhaps they weren't. But yeah. The rest stop outside of Madison was a fine place to sleep though. I slept for about an hour. That seemed to wake me up enough to drive the other 3 hours to get home. So. And of course, when I got home, guess what I got to do? Learn how to find models and print them on my son's 3D printer. So.
Nice. What did you build so far?
We printed a Vikings logo pennant. I started trying to print a statue, kind of like a mini statue of a Viking warrior. But
Okay.
Miles wanted to cancel that to print an articulating dragon.
Okay.
And we printed that, but I was teaching him how to like change the size of the model, and he shrank it down a little small, so the joints weren't strong enough. So we're going to try to reprint it a little bigger. But yeah, he's found some fun things that he's printed so far.
Nice.
I think he was also a big fan because I noticed this year. There was a number of 3D printed tokens given out at Brick World this year.
His car was stolen with all of his mocks? What?
When did that happen?
Last year.
Oh, in Washington. Yes, we knew about that. Yep. You recall that, I think.
I do.
Might be the same guy.
Vaguely.
Yeah, he was all the way up in Washington State,
Oh, there we go.
and his car was stolen with the mocks in it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, this
Car
is the
stolen with
most
those mocks in it.
ridiculous.
That's why I don't want to. That's why I won't like go to a motel on my way home. I've never had issues at the Renaissance. However,
Someone got their catalytic converter stolen a couple years ago.
yeah. Tim said he was missing his catalytic converter. But I
Tim,
don't think it was a Brick World issue. Yes. He needs to get a different car though.
This is the most ridiculous tourniquet ever because I've had 2 hours and have not come up with the right solution. I think I finally have it. Now we got to find Daisy May. So,
All
all right.
that was exciting. So I got a
If
lamp.
You're into it.
I got a 3D printed lamp and 2 3D printed lightsabers.
Ooh.
Yeah, one's green and one's white.
Where'd you get those?
They were tokens that were left on my builds.
Oh, yeah. I have a lot of 3D printed Fabuland figures this weekend.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yes, I did. I gave one to Debs and Phil,
Okay.
along with the vacuum, a bread loaf, and a camera. But I still have the panda and the lion, the pimp lion, which you were texting me on Sunday night after we went to bed,
Yeah.
and every response I gave you was just the pimp lion.
The pimp lion. Yep.
I was like, yes.
He's
Here's
the
what I
best.
tell you. Oh,
Pimp lion.
100%.
Yep.
But it's all I could really respond at that point.
Yeah. So
I'm very tired.
So W Bricks says yes, St. Paul. So Paul Hetherington. I see the Batman guy.
Yes, I think
Okay.
yes.
So I have met him,
Is she?
but only because he wanted to talk to Tim Lighty about his Batman mocks. So didn't care if I was there. He just wanted to talk to Tim. So I don't think I saw Paul there this year, but
I did
could
not
be
see
wrong.
him.
Okay.
Yeah. I that doesn't mean he wasn't there.
Yeah.
There were lots of people I saw on the last day before we left. So
Yeah.
as we were packing up, the very sad state of Brick World for me is that I'm not able to do much on the floor. We're working on that, but like also at the same time, I feel guilty for my staff to be making room for me to get to the floor when they can't get to the floor.
Right.
Yeah. VMAC Deck says, I'll forever treasure my pink fanny pack tile token.
That one sounds fun.
I didn't see that.
I don't think I got a pink fanny pack tile token, so your build must have been more up their alley.
So Paul Hetherington apparently was not there.
Okay.
Oh,
So
where
I
is
have talked to him in the past. Seemed like a pretty nice guy. Like I said, he mostly wanted to talk to Tim about their love of Batman. So
back to the house?
I feel like I've talked a lot more on this stream than I normally do.
Well, there's a lot to talk about.
And that's fair.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? This
Feel
this
jibber
island is a
jabbery.
mess. What's that?
I feel more jibber jabbery.
Well, this island is also a mess because I accidentally switched years last time we got here, and so my islanders don't recognize me. There's weeds everywhere, and we got to find Daisy May. That's the most important thing. That we're in a turnip gate, and we're not acting like it's important. I don't
Just-
feel the urgency.
We're just talking brick world. We're just blah blah blahing.
we have an hour to make this happen. Papa Rex says, Liam, oddly enough, I'm in Washington State with all the mock thieves around a 4 to 5 hour flight. That's a lot of information in one post. I don't know that all those things associate together. Oddly enough, I'm in Washington State with all the mock thieves.
That's where Paul's mock. It's where his car and mocks were stolen out of Washington State. So that's where Papa Rex is.
And then secondarily, it is a 4 to 5 hour flight from Chicago. So
yeah, Liam asked if Papa Rex lives near Chicago, and the answer is no. 4 to 5 hour plane ride away in Washington State.
Bunch of information there.
Yep, I gotcha.
Thanks.
VMAX says Sunday stream should start at 5.
No.
No, that's not gonna work for Mark.
Sorry.
So,
how about you? Would that work for you? We can make it happen.
I'm not sure.
Happen like that.
I don't think anyone would be ready for us to start them, though.
Right? Sounds very specific to one person.
I think he's just concerned that we're gonna go till 12:30.
We might.
Yeah, valid
I can't start
concern.
that early this Sunday.
Right.
'Cause it's my sister's birthday, so I'll be out until 5, actually.
Happy
And then
birthday,
we'll
Mark.
leave her
Mark's
house.
sister.
What? Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mark's sister.
Yeah. And she was there. She worked the box office all weekend. So if you had the opportunity, you could stop by and have met her.
Emax says it's gonna go till 5 a.m. Well, we can spread it out.
We won't do that.
There are definitely some mocks that I want to talk about. A little
Same.
bit of Lego news, lots of Brick
Little
World
bit.
recap. So
Yeah. And some fun stuff perhaps for next year that we might talk about.
okay.
Or will.
I'm excited.
Perhaps a tainted collaborative, maybe.
Ooh,
Ooh.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna map
Yeah.
that shit, by the way, since I don't really know. Oh, there she is! Fucking finally. This
Little
is
turnip
important,
monster.
bitch.
Good morning. Yes, I want some fresh turnips. Lots of turnips. Cheap turnips. 110 bells.
110 a piece. Ah, fine.
Still $200 profit on each turnip.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Buy the max. Confirm.
See, now we've turned very serious into Turnip Gate.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll buy them. Jesus. Did the other switch fall asleep? No. Gotta wake it up. Sorry about that. Yes. Hey, I'm ready. All right. Yeah. Thank you kindly. Come on. And you know what else sucks? I have to pee. Liam Break the Bed says that's pretty far. Tasmania is a long way from Brickworld 2. Yeah, quite a lot further. We know what it is.
Yep, we know where it is. But I will say that outside of the US and Canada, Australia seems to have a very strong representation at Brickworld Chicago.
Uh-huh.
So, Tasmania, you're a hop, skip, and a jump away from Australia. I believe Tasmania is part of Australia, isn't that?
I don't know governmentally, but it's definitely not attached.
I think that's what I meant, is governmentally, because New Zealand's its own country, but for some reason I think Tasmania is part of Australia. But anyway,
Maybe.
so lots
Nobody knows.
of people there. Yeah, nobody knows, not even the Tasmanians.
No.
No, they're like, what? We're not sure.
Ooh,
Ooh.
us?
Tasmanians. So yeah, I knew what I talked to at least 4 Australians when I was at Brickworld.
Yeah,
At
same.
least. So there we go. It is, Liam says, so I think that would mean yes, he's technically Australian, so he can just come with that contingent. Some of them, though, I don't think our friends Lego Team B will be back next year.
They
So
won't.
maybe
I
you
thought they
could.
would be.
Well, they said they've come 3 years in a row, I believe.
Yes.
And it's expensive, so
Yeah.
they did make it seem like they made the best of it this year. They were there for quite a
Oh,
while.
100%. Yeah, and I had dinner with
So,
them last night.
yeah. So let's see. BM says yes. It's a state of Australia. VMAC lets us know that Tasmania is Australia's ball sack geographically.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's how it
Yeah.
appears on the map.
So
Actually.
basically, you're saying that Tasmania is just north of the taint. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah.
That's what I heard him say.
Me too.
So that's something everyone should know.
That's settled.
Glad we figured that out.
Yeah, me too. Well, we got thunderstorms starting here again.
Now you gotta go get them. Gotta go get them turnips sold.
I know, I can't even buy enough. Hold on.
Gotta make this turnip gate worth it, considering it's derailed every other nonsense thing we were thinking of doing.
Yeah, 100%.
By we,
so,
I mean you.
Hey, Ben. For 2027, do you have a suggestion for the theme for Brickworld?
I liked game night. That was exciting to me because that could mean all kinds of things.
You?
What's that?
What does that mean to you? What would it look like on the floor?
It could be board games. It could be video games. It could be family night stuff. It could be sports. It could be so many things.
Yeah, sports is good.
Yeah, means it could be so many things. I think it's good to be kind of generic like that.
Okay.
And just call it game night.
I don't disagree. Okay.
You could obviously logo could include all of those things. Video game controllers, like a chess piece or like a token you'd see in Monopoly.
Okay.
A basketball, baseball, whatever.
Yeah. So what does the keynote look like for that? How does that connect the Lego community together?
Well, have you ever been to Brickworld, Mark?
Yes, every one of them. Yeah. Okay.
Have you ever noticed the amount of people who have other hobbies that oftentimes include board games or other sort of games, Lego related games?
Yeah, maybe a bit.
Yeah, so I mean, it's something that the Lego community is very into. You just withdrew 1 million bells.
I did.
Maniac.
I don't know how many turnips I can fucking carry, but I know they're worth 339 on Buttland, which is still awake down there. Come on, bitch, go.
And I guess it ties into the Lego community in the fact that it's it is its own community, or it can be.
Playfulness, connection.
Playfulness, connection to other people, doing something together.
I like it.
So, lots of stuff.
I like it.
Yeah.
And you seem excited about it. I trust you because
well, it just seemed to strike a chord with me. I was like,
yeah,
this could be so many things, and I think a lot of people would be into it. Hexagons. People could make Catan for Pete's sake, right?
Right. Yeah, that's all that hexagons mean. 100%.
That's all they do. VMAX says Brickworld 27. Build yourself. That's an interesting topic, I guess. An idea. There's probably lots of ways you could go with that as well.
Yeah.
So I like that one too. It's interesting.
I should have.
I feel immediately more inspired.
Yeah.
By game night, I think, as a general theme for like what you could do with the art and other things. I like build yourself as a potential theme at some point as well.
I like that too.
Let's see. It's pretty good. Those are the only 2 suggestions we've gotten, and I think they're both bangers.
Yeah, I agree.
So
they'll both definitely happen at some point.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yep, sounds fine. Great, thanks.
500 turnips. Here you go, Daisy May.
Look at my outfit.
Like it. I like it.
Yeah,
Give me
so
more turnips, lady. Ooh, VMAX says make it a year with no award categories. That'd be interesting.
build yourself
Just
would be the
build and come as you are. That's what I
okay.
do every year, VMAC. Or at least I try to. Though we do definitely get involved in collabs, which is its own level of fun and silliness.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much away uh,
No, we
about what
can't give
makes a
any.
collab.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well, you know
definitely
what
don't want
you
to talk
do?
about our collab, but just in general, like what makes a collab, I think, interesting.
We should do maybe find the right amount of people who do these every year to have like a collaborative panel discussion. Talk about the ups and
Yeah,
downs and like the ways to manage things. I think our group has some experience with that, and we can probably
sure.
find others that do as well.
Yeah. The winner for the large group collab this year was Finlug. They did a Fallout collab.
Yeah.
I think I found what's tended to resonate better with more people is collabs that have whimsy to them, I guess I
Yeah.
would say, and aren't necessarily based on an existing IP.
Personality.
Uh,
Yeah.
but they can both work. I think
Same.
it just depends on how
Same.
it's executed. But I like the
Good
ones
call.
that
Good
are
call.
that are more whimsical, I guess. But great job to Twinlug for creating a compelling display with some really cool features. So
Good call. Good call. VMAC Tech says okay, okay, collabs, but not as an
as an
award
award collab,
category. So
yeah,
just still build. Well, yeah,
still,
we'll work through that. There would definitely be some nuances to that. But if it's build yourself, we're talking about still, right?
yeah, that would
Check.
be for the build yourself.
Yeah. Well, then we can leave the collab award in there because not everybody needs to follow the theme. We're not trying to force people into a. We don't want to force people to build tall next year. Such great heights can mean so many things. And that's one
Right?
of the things that I liked about it. But since I said at award ceremony, we want to encourage you to build tall instead of wide, maybe a lot of people are going to do that next year. And we have to be careful because we have an overhang at the front of the hall. So if people build too tall.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this going.
And I don't know if it was well planned to put so many oversized displays right up front this year, but there sure were a lot of them.
Ours was not, and was the first one in the hall. If you walk directly in,
Yeah, but I was talking about the ones that are even before that. We had Fanghorn Castle
yeah,
and the X-Wing and the big museum replica, and then the big space station, test flight space station. Those are all right at the front, which was really cool. Of course, couldn't
I
get
can guarantee,
Orthanc up there, though. That would have probably hit the overhang.
I can guarantee you it was the number of tables and like the sides viewable that made that happen.
Yeah. Well, it happened to work out well. There are actually two big castles up front. I shouldn't just say one.
Did. Yeah, good
So,
point. All right, we're almost there. We're gonna finish Turnip Gate. It's almost 1 in the morning. We almost been at this for 2 hours, so we'll fix this up real quick.
yeah.
And
They
we'll make
also had the life-size probe droid up in the front.
yeah.
So there was a lot of stuff up there. That was cool. So for the awards, for whatever you have, 15 awards that you give out, and you just give them out.
Middle
I
Squadron.
think VMAX got some interesting idea on like a free for all chaos year. I'm not gonna say it's a chaos year, but interesting idea. The Imperial Probe Droid, yes, Derby Bricks. Yep, that was up there. So all those displays are at the front. Also at the front of the hall was one of my favorite displays, but we'll talk about that some. It wasn't any of those.
It was the
So,
giraffe.
ooh.
It was the giraffe.
So
That's my prediction. You like Roland Grace's.
it was what?
The giraffe.
Oh, that was cool too, but no.
No.
I
Okay.
did like the giraffe, but no, that was not my
Yeah,
favorite.
it was gorgeous, and it was like seamless and amazing. I don't think it got the attention it deserved. Yeah.
No, I will say, uh, that one also, like the back half of it that was facing the wall,
Yeah.
wasn't done. But
Oh,
again,
really? Okay.
you can see it. Well, yeah, it wasn't, but I think that's fine. It was
Me too.
the ankles on that, like all of the build on that one was really good.
Okay.
Let's see. Jerry Beck says, "I'm still here. Just want to see how Turnip Gate turns out."
I know,
Good
right?
point.
Yeah. I do too, because it's been a very slow turnip gate where like the first one I panicked and like tried so hard to make it happen on time and missed it by a couple minutes. I think we're good for turnip gate today. It's going to be Quinlan that benefits here because what time is it? 11:19. We can probably do more. We can try to do more. I really have to pee. I hadn't and have had for a while.
Jerry
So
Beck says the giraffe was beautiful. It certainly was.
yes, it was.
The Groove and Octopus was fun up there too. They also just past the giraffe along the wall was the claw machine, which
Yes.
maybe didn't get as much attention as it deserved either.
Agreed.
But I really loved that. And
Hard to
part of
get-
it was some of the cabinet was wood, and like the build technique for the actual cabinet wasn't anything special, but it didn't need to be. It was all about the mechanics of getting that claw machine to work as well as it did. So I really liked that. And my kids loved it too, even though they didn't get to keep the stuffies. They love claw machines, and that machine worked so much better than the actual claw machines, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
So,
by
it
design.
was really
by the
fun.
way.
Yeah, and the guy who was running it, I know I talked to him. I don't recall his name. Very nice, very engaging with the kids. He did a great job. And it was coin activated. You had to put a coin in to run it. Of course, he put his own coins in, so he didn't make you
Yeah.
give him a coin or anything.
Right.
But it was really cool. I liked that one too. Still not my favorite display though. We'll get to that on Sunday.
Cool.
So
I got to see more of the hall than I have in the last 4 years, so that was nice. I have a lot more opinions about stuff than I normally would. I think last year, Matt had COVID after Brickworld, and I was staying at Cheeto's house, and we went through the pictures that were on my phone. But this year we had a media coordinator who took pictures of everything, and so I have a lot more to base things off of this year. Pardon
yeah,
me.
I heard you talk to her a few times. Sounds like she's
Oh no,
she's
that
really
was a
good at
different
that.
person. So Chris
Oh,
Doyle is our media coordinator, and then
Oh.
Kayla was just someone who I was like, "Hey, can I pay you some money to take some video?" Because she did really well at Grand Rapids, and so I was like, "Hey, spontaneously, I will pay you as well." And there was a third person that came up to me after keynote that was like, I love doing this. Can I just do it for you? And I was like, yes. Liam Break the Bed says, were there any noise complaints in the Rennie? No, which was
No.
amazing because there was a spontaneous garage sale that happened in the lobby on Thursday at like midnight. Well, it was probably started at 10, but it went till 1:30 a.m. One thing I will tell you guys is this.
A wise man once said about Mark, you think he drinks water like a great white shark. About every 60 minutes, he's gotta go. Nature calls 2, sometimes 3 times a show. Hold the stream, he'll shout and dash. The show is live, but he's off like a flash. Instead of telling him you hold the stream, Ben provides cover, the perfect team.
Yeah.
But let's get into some of the news. Do you need the bathroom break before we go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the bathroom break now, and then 40 minutes later, I have to take another bathroom break. Like,
First,
just
like-
like, hey, I made it 2 hours. Now it's like, well, now you're making up for lost time. So I'm gonna go. Nope, here's the right one, and I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Of course
So-
you are.
You're gonna go.
Why don't
through-
you start with those? Because unfortunately, I have to use the bathroom again already.
Cool, go do it.
What's it called? What's BPH?
BPH.
It plays a tune 2 minutes long while the tainted sing along. Keeps the show rolling smooth, no rush. Mark mutes his mic so you can't hear the flush.
Mark is muted, so let me unmute him.
The reason I mute myself before I go is because I like to keep listening to what's going on, but I don't want everyone to hear me pee.
Yeah, I
It's been
managed
60 minutes since I last went, so I'll mute it and I'll be listening.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah,
you'll be listening to me.
Hey, hey, Mark's gotta go. No interrupting the strange flow. He'll be quick, won't take too long. He'll be done by the end of this song. Hey, hey, Mark's gotta go. Mark's gotta go. Hey, hey, Mark's gotta go.
Normal as well. Doesn't mean I got everything or everything that was good, but I did take more than normal.
Same here.
Liam Brick the Bed says, ha ha ha, fantastic. I think he likes the song. I will say one of my favorite things. World of Lights. We were playing out off the Ice Planet PC. The Totby songs, the Think Outside the Block songs. So you can hear that song as well as several other silliness songs on our normal Sunday night stream where we talk far more Lego. Mark and I have some friends from Eurobricks who had not been back to Brick World in like 10 years.
13.
13. I think they were there in 2012, 2013, and then missed.
In 2012 because it was the year my dad died, and it's been 13 years since he died, so it was 13.
Yeah, I thought they came back the next year because I thought they built the color versus monochrome or whatever the next year was. Okay.
The last year we were at the Westin. They came for Pirates, and then that was the last time they were there.
Okay. So they hadn't been there for 13 years. So it had been quite a while since either of us had seen them. They'd also taken a bit of a break from Lego, and I can relate to this because they had kids. In their case, though, they had twins.
Yes.
So they came back. They were
kids. Yes.
Fred and Steph, I believe, are their names. But
Yes.
they're completely lovely, and I was completely charmed by them because
Qualifier, they're twins, but they're completely lovely. Keep going. Sorry.
well, they are twins and completely lovely. I just wanted to the kids they had were twins. They weren't just that they had kids; they were twins. So I was saying I can relate to it because I have two kids, but they had twins as opposed to
They
kids
have
at
the same time. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So I was totally laughing by the fact that when I first met them,
I'm chilling. That's why I'm laying back. Don't worry about me. You don't need to hear me. I'm not saying anything important.
Yeah, when I first met them, they had, of course, British accents because they're British. But it was just so funny to me because, like, for whatever reason, I wasn't expecting that. And why?
I know that it's so odd. I remember you having this experience, and I was like,
yeah,
why you accept fully that Debs and Phil have
British. That has no,
but
like,
the
no
children
issue with that.
Having,
yeah, like blew my mind. I was like, is this Harry Potter?
Favorite moment of the weekend.
Two tiny little wizards like running around.
They're just people, man. Like
I know.
That was one of my favorite experiences from the weekend. You being floored by the fact that their children also had British accents.
Yeah, like what's up with that?
I was like,
so
stop
weird.
saying things, you xenophobic American nerd.
Coming at anything, it was charming. I wasn't offended by it.
You were definitely charmed, But
I
the fact
was
that you
100%.
called it out, I love the fact that you admitted it. Like,
Yeah, well,
like
Debs
self-incriminated.
Oh, 100%. Debs was like, "Yep, the British have children too." I was like, "Yeah,
And we teach them how to speak in our accents.
yeah." It was completely weird.
I adore her. I
But
adore them
anyway,
both. I adore all four of them, but like she's so funny.
yeah. So she was unaware of the stream, which is a lot of people are.
She had some
Um,
FOMO from it, and it's not.
She
at a
definitely
great time
did.
for her to
Yes.
be able to see it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we're not
7
UK
7
friendly.
a.m. for us is some weird time for her. We found that out
7 hours.
also from
Yeah,
London
they're quick.
Calling.
Yes, same.
But Debs was watching the songs as well as the bit we did, the Star Wars villains ending in Ak,
And the
and she was laughing so hard I couldn't help it. It was funny because I've stopped laughing at these things because I'm so used to them. But when she was laughing at him, I was laughing at him
I was
too again.
crying
It
because
was like watching it new again.
She was screaming out the lines that were funny. So VMAX asked if anyone found the Ninjago rep particularly charming. Do you mean Pella? Because he's not Ninjago. He is Lego Community Outreach. And yes, he is absolutely charming. I can tell you stories, VMAC. We should probably talk about this privately. But there's so many charming things about him. It was nice to have so much Lego representation there, including Bricklink Designer Program and Lego House. I met Hassan after closing ceremonies. And it's the first time they sent out somebody from marketing for Lego House, and he was very worried about giving a presentation with not being one of the designers and being a marketing person. And I was like, if you talk about Lego House, people will love it. And
Right.
so he was kind of like, hey, it's kind of like the Hogwarts of Lego visitation. I'm like, yeah, you're the Mecca. We all wish to be there. We all wish to find it and see it. And anything you had to say to them about it would be welcome. And he brought sets to donate to the charity auction. So, baller. Baller.
Guy.
My favorite word from the weekend.
Max says red lightsaber earrings. Did Debs have lightsaber earrings?
I don't know. His name was either Pella or it wasn't. Like, how many people did you meet over the weekend named Pella?
I don't know. Liam Brick the Bed said, "Did you make that song just for P breaks?" Yes, indeed, we did.
We sure
We
did.
have other songs too, and by we I mean Mark has written other songs.
Let's see. Let's play a quick one. Sorry, Ben. I know we're doing a lot, but I do love this song. As long as we're talking about Ben and his family, we should play this one.
Yeah.
A new Lego set, can't wait to see. Oh, it's peely bomb, okay? What could it be?
That's a long one. It is
That's not the
labeled.
right one either.
It's labeled orange spaceships, but it is Peely Bone. But you know what? That one is quick. So I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt. We should absolutely go back to it.
Yeah.
A new Lego set, can't wait to see. Oh, it's peely bomb, okay? What could it be? Half banana, half bone. It's a bonkers sight. Be it stupid or cute, it just doesn't seem right. Guts, oh, what it's like to behold. Little brown splatters, stories untold. Is it a bruised banana or something else? How did Peely Bone end up on the shelves? A banana with a skeleton, what's the deal? A mashup too wild to find the appeal. He's not a doorbell, don't say ding dong. Every part of Peely Bone is just plain wrong. Don't say ding dong, don't say ding dong. Just plain wrong, just plain wrong. Don't say ding dong, don't say ding dong. Every part of Peely Bone is just plain wrong.
Here's the deal. So V Mac Attack does the cute one. I don't know. So I was saying Pella, who's a man, and VMAC is a married man with children, so he probably meant the marketing woman.
Okay.
My fault for the disconnect. Sorry. I'll tell you No, I didn't find her charming.
Interesting.
Yeah, what do you know? Oops.
I
Totally
don't recall
misunderstood
meeting
the
her or
question.
talking to her, so we'll just
No,
keep that one. You
I
just
definitely do.
whatever.
She was rather charming. A great person, and I went to her with several things like, "Can I post this? Can I post this? Is this the way the wording should go?" All the teams are great, and I appreciate their involvement this year. Ben, did you attend the monstrosity?
I did not, but I wanted to. So I'm excited to see it because I think maybe my son will be into it.
Yeah.
But I don't recall what we were doing when the premiere was going on, but we were busy. So
Yeah, you're probably on your way to
medieval
it's
times.
2 hours
we may have
before
been.
keynote, so you might have been getting ready, not having dinner first because you ate dinner at medieval times, right?
Yes, we did. Yep. But I think that was it. Is we were kind of pushing the limit of making sure I had everything set up, and then getting going. Setup was pretty fast for me this year.
Yeah.
Got everything out pretty quick.
Same here.
Actually, I do know what I was doing. I was waiting to give the computer to Epic Bricks so he could stream.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So that's what it was.
Yeah, VMAC, that was Pella. And he is great, but he's the Lego community outreach manager, head of AFOL community outreach is his title. He was fantastic. If you guys were part of the LAN meeting, you met him. Just an amazing person, like a really, really good person for that position. Prediction from what I know about the Lego community, the Lego employees, turnover happens fast there, and so we'll love him as long as we can because they're never around for long, unfortunately. They've also gone through a lot of changeover, and so hopefully they're at a point where they're getting a what would you say, more consistent, more stability,
consistent vision for the AFOLs and a better stability on that whole front.
Yes, maybe we'll have him for longer than we've had the others. We had Jan Bayer forever, and he was awesome. But Pella seems to really get it. He's been in the departments. I had a long conversation with him about working between legal and marketing, and he was very honest about that with the ANE/LAN/RLFM, Arlug,
Yeah,
all the R's and
Recognized fan Lego media partners or whatever.
VMAC is lamenting. He's on Reddit right now. Monstrosity was very cool, and they just dropped 3 episodes today, or maybe yesterday. I don't know. My week after Brickworld is always he did have a certain je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. He also had,
je ne sais quoi.
He also had an VMAC. I'll text you. Something he did that was very charming to me. In my way, in my broy way of finding people charming. We should not be talking about this live.
Cool. We won't then. We'll move on.
We're not anymore.
Yeah. Let's see here. Liam, I think liked the Peely Bone video. Yeah, we've got a couple other songs with funny videos as well. I think for funny videos, Orange Spaceships has got to be up there. Also, Do Even Star Wars Bro.
Yeah, which is not on here. However, we do have.
I'll just tune in Sunday. We could play it then.
But we can play this one for now, which is one of my favorites. What is what are these strings and like battery cables? Just like, is that part of his shirt? Oh, it's part of his shirt. Wait, what is this then? Why are there just random wires? Maybe what is going on in this? I think this is from a stock photo of a father building a bomb with his son, and they photoshopped the aircraft carrier with the curved ramp in front over the bomb. Because what is going on?
No, dude, I'm getting a good look at that. You're right.
There's literally a brick of dynamite right here.
This is
There are
C4.
wires. Yeah, there are wires and things just sticking out there.
100% what's happening, and that explains the look on their faces. All of these have been like how to make bomb stock photos.
I love that you're building while we do this.
I'm sorting.
Oh, okay. So here's
Yeah, so I ordered a bunch of pieces for hexagon bases, and of course, when Lego now delivers
give you a bag
delivers
of
the
crap.
pieces,
Yeah.
they just give you a big giant bag. So I dumped it all out so I could build a couple hexagon bases, and now I'm sorting the pieces. I definitely need some more of one particular piece. What do you know?
Derby has not seen Do You Even Star Wars, bro. We'll make a point to play it on Sunday.
Yes.
And so you wanted to see the conclusion of what is he doing? Scratching his stomach? I've never seen that happen. Here's the conclusion of Turnip Gate.
Oh.
Here's my second trip here. We're gonna get probably another 1,000,000 bells, which is great. I want to.
21 million you had in the bank wasn't enough.
No, it's never enough. I need more storage. It's crazy playing the Pocket Camp version on the phone. You have so much more storage than you do in the actual console game. You know, Ben, I looked for Nintendo Switch 2 purchases, and they're sold out like everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna start a third island because that's what we need.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
If you Architect says, I'm gonna build the Carnival boat from Brickworld Grand Rapids. The Carnival boat for Brickworld Grand Rapids. Yes.
Yeah, the Carnival boat.
Carnival. Yeah. Carnival. Yes, please.
Carnival.
That's something that needs to happen. I don't have that video here, so I can't show Derby what that's about. Hey, bye, you guys. Thank you for everything. They don't love me when I'm visiting. They just stare at me. But I'm out. We should be out for the night. I do need to go to bed. I'm very tired. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I took a nap after work today. I'm still recovering from Brick World, and then last night you and I stayed up and did some postmortem.
I was up till 4 because of some of the things we talked about in postmortem that I had to talk with Matt Husband about, which you're aware of, that I won't talk about here right now. Because I'm not in the mindset to. We will talk about that on the stream, but I'm just not there.
Okay.
What time is it here? 11:41. I do want to see what the tournament price ends up being after noon. It'll probably go down to like 78 or something like that. But sometimes it goes up. So if it's 70, if it's gone up to over 700 before, I will come back and do this again live. If you wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go home.
But anyway, because tomorrow is Juneteenth.
Yes.
I don't have to work.
So is
banks are big fans of Juneteenth.
Yep, you're welcome.
So I think Rachel said that her and the kids are going to do something tomorrow afternoon without me.
Ooh.
Actually, her and her friend are going to do something without me. Her friend is a single mom. Her husband died unexpectedly a few years ago from a heart attack while we were at Brick World.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus. Good night, Derby. If you're leaving us, if that's what you meant.
Yeah, I want to say maybe that was 2022 or 2023. 2022, probably. So anyway, they're going to do something, and I'm going to go to the Lego store to see what's on the Pick-a-Brick wall, because I have to build like 800 trophies for next year. And I want to see if there's some parts I can get for cheap. I know Brickworld will help me with some of it.
Yes.
But to the extent I can eliminate a mold because there's like, a bunch of one piece that I want that happens to be on the wall, I might get them that way.
And we'll cover that as we can.
We'll figure it out.
We'll have conversations.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I want to go there and then
next year. Look at you doing Gujix.
Yeah.
About time.
So I already got some ideas here. I've got a couple little samples down in front of me. It's not refined enough to the point where I'm ready to say I've got it figured out, but of course, might as well start early and get it off my plate so I don't like stress about it 3 months from now.
Nice.
Yeah. Still got lots of stuff to put away. The other challenge I have right now is that my Lego room's in the basement, which is where most of the mocks will go and where all the Lego will go.
Yeah.
And anytime I try to go into the basement with my hands full, then Cinder will come downstairs, my cat. And he is not allowed downstairs around all the Lego yet. So that becomes a challenge, is to bring the Lego downstairs, put it down, catch Cinder, bring him back upstairs. It's just a whole ordeal.
You're the one who got a cat.
I know.
He seems to
And
be
I
a
love
very
him.
dog-like
He's very
cat.
sweet.
Yeah,
But
he seems very very manageable for a cat. Oh, Orion's
yeah,
here.
he's very
Sleep
tolerant.
on me. So she came
Let's see
down.
here.
So
Copper Valor's here, Mark.
Copper Valor is here. Hey, yeah, we're back. We're back. We did a lot of rambling about Brickworld Chicago tonight. We had a turnip gate where I had a really good turnip price on Buttland, and so we switched over to Bro Key so that somebody could take advantage of it. So now we're going back through and picking up all of the bells that I dropped while we found Daisy May, and we're about to end. Daisy May, I'm done with you, and because I accidentally switched gears on my last stream when I was here. Every tree's a money tree. I mean, all the money trees got full grown. There's weeds everywhere. We got to fix this. We'll do that next week. Can do this right now while I'm standing right here.
Derby says that he got 720 1x2 bricks in a box of the Lego store if you stack them up. That's impressive.
Ooh, that is.
That's impressive. Impressive for, the $18 or whatever it costs for that. That's definitely cheaper than buying them one at a time through bricks and pieces. Maybe not through some of the other Lego channels, but who knows?
The ultimate weapon, says VMAC Attack.
Yes, the cats are the ultimate weapon.
Miss Copper Valor, she said she's coming in 2026. Sorry, I missed it. I didn't get notified. Trying to figure out why. So my credit card got cloned, and so all of my subscriptions had to restart at the end of my last subscription. So I'm no longer in line with how long I've actually subscribed to people. So you'll probably get Copper Valor a notification that I'm a new subscriber. I'm not. I've been there from the beginning, or from my beginning anyway. Next year, already told you, my husband and I want to go. Her nephew lives in the Chicagoland area and is a Lego fan and wants to come. So Copper Valor will be there, and we're going to get her tickets so she doesn't have to pay for those. Make sure that she and her family come, and we're so excited. We should schedule some sort of like lunch or happy hour. I will not be available, but you guys can take care of her.
We sure can.
Treatment. I'll be busy. Unless she wants to stay till 1 a.m. when I'm usually available. Just like real life.
We can finish. She can stay up with us and help us finish Victor's hideout.
Yeah, good point. But I think starting at the time that we are, I love that butterfly, by the way. I'm not going to catch it right now because we got lots of other stuff to do. Rooney! Yeah, nice to see you too, Punches.
VMAX is pimping Brickworld, says it's the best time, I promise.
We saw Copper Valor. We know the story. I don't know that VMAC did. This is VMAC's first time on the Buttland stream, on the Brickworld Crossing stream. I do have it. I do have everything that I do for the live stream ads and the posts and even the songs. It's in a folder called Buttland. So I do think of this in my head as the Buttland stream. But it's not always Buttland. It's sometimes Brokey, which we're on right now. Let's see, what time is it now?
You have a third island.
Third island
have a
will
name.
happen once I can get. Yeah, we talked about that on. We had people vote on it. I can't remember what the answer was, but it's in one of the live streams. I think I have it in a spreadsheet somewhere online. But I think what I like to do when I'm done playing Animal Crossing for the day is go to my sleep spot and end it like I'm taking a nap, I don't have very comfortable clothes on to sleep in, but I love these spots on the back of the island where the waves hit. And so this is how I usually end when I'm playing for myself and I'm not being performative by going live with it. It's just kind of like it's a cozy game. It's my zen time. And so this is how I usually end. Sleep in by a campfire with waves and stuff behind me. So I think we've come to the end of our stream. And Copper Valor, if you check the YouTube stream, our YouTube stream tonight after this is over, I just posted a time lapse of the entire weekend of Brick World Chicago, from Wednesday to Sunday, so you can kind of get an idea of what we do there, and prepare yourself. It's only one room, and we the entire event takes place in 17 rooms or something like that.
The main display hall, a second display hall, several presentation and workshop rooms.
The competition.
We even are in the pool or competition.
Yes.
The lobby, if we even want to count the lobby, because we should.
We don't have jurisdiction over it, but it happens there. We can't help it.
The Brick World lobby part's like the best part. Lots of spots.
Yeah, but go ahead and check out that video. It's a fun little time lapse. Hey, maybe I'll even real quick. I'll grab the link to the video and drop it in the chat. Hey, look at fun times.
Officer says I watched it seconds after you posted it.
Really? Okay, so you've already seen it. All right, good. Then I don't need to do that. Tonight, as I'm doing my cozy time to end the game, I have options here, Ben, for you. What do you want to hear as our outro song tonight? I have Peely. Well, we already heard Peely, but I have Jazzy, Ohio. That's it. Actually, I have Jazzy and Ohio. Which one would you rather hear?
Let's do Ohio.
So Derby Brick says the amount of people in the hall during public times is crazy. My favorite part of the time lapse is 10 a.m. Saturday morning, where it's just like the camera can't even focus because there's so many people moving through the room. That's not even the most people we've had at Brick World Chicago post-pandemic. We were about 2,000 less this year than our highest year post-pandemic, and about 4,000 less than our record at Chicago. You want Ohio?
Yes, I do.
You got it. Everyone, thank you for joining us for Turnip Gate Summer 2025. We'll be on Bro Key next week, where we are right now, and we'll try to fix that museum campus, and so we can move on with our pagoda area and our ruins area, and really make this a good jungle ruins themed island. And maybe someday soon we'll be working on a Nintendo Switch with a third island, because who doesn't need 3 islands in their lives? For those of you who don't know, we like to say at the end of the night, Copper Valor said, I was shocked at like 11 p.m. Ben, do you think that was a mistake that she was shocked at 11 p.m.?
No, I think it was merely a happy accident. I received at Brick World Chicago this year a minifigure of our hero, the champion, the man of all mans, Mr. Bob Ross. That is his saying. We love it. We love him, and we love all of you. Thanks for joining us.
Good night, everybody.
Remember that time Ben brought Miles in? Didn't tell him nothing, it's just about your chagrin.
You know what chagrin means?
I forgot.
Okay. Chagrin means like something that embarrasses you. What do I do more than anything else that embarrasses and angers you?
Miles looks suspicious as he should have been. You just can't trust that troll, Daddy Ben. Miles, check out my fit. Daddy Ben grins. Got that Sigma 5 from your daddy's got the wrist. Miles throws an elbow, wants to hide under a rock. Stop, he laughed, just go build a mock. Let him cook, Daddy Ben went on. check out the wrist of the fit he's got on. Do all these words mean cool? The trolling dad asked. No, Miles answered, this chagrin was a trap. Daddy Van shrugs. Then what do they mean? Knock it off, Dad. This just isn't your scene.
Miles, you got the fit on today.
Ah.
Are you gonna say skibbity? Are you gonna say
Sigma?
Mm.
Davis, Ohio, he thinks he's got the wrist. Every time he shifts me, I roll my eyes and cringe. He says whatever he wants, which I guess is kinda Sigma. But he's being a dork and I just don't need this stigma. Why would Ben do this? It just isn't nice. Maybe he got some terrible advice. Let this be a lesson. Avoid these Scorpio plotters. Never feed the troll. And you can't trust the honor.
But he thinks that I'm not allowed to know. Like,
Right.
let him cook. He says I can't know what that means. He says cat.
No, I said mom can't know.
Oh, mom can't know what that
Mom
means.
doesn't know what that means, and I don't know how to explain it.
Right. I can't talk about his fit, his clothes that he's wearing. I can't ship him with anybody. These
No.
are things that
It's
I can't do. Right.
Davis, Ohio, he thinks he's got the wrist. Every time he shifts me, I roll my eyes and cringe. He says whatever he wants, which I guess is kinda Sigma. But he's being a dork and I just don't need this stigma. Davis, Ohio.